I think one of the best and most important things you can do at your first job or any job for that matter is to make yourself known as somebody who is willing to help. Now, for the most part, everybody is kind of replaceable at work. Like, everybody has things they do that can also be replicated by somebody else. Sure, maybe you do them better than the other guy does, but at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, like, most people are replaceable and it is really hard to become irreplaceable. And that's not to scare you. Like, I'm not trying to say that you're going to get fired or you're not going to do well at your first job. No, not at all. That is just the truth, though. Like, that is what I've learned so far in working in corporate environments, that, like, even the person that thinks they are the most replaceable can be replaced. Like, that is just what I have learned as the reality. Like, when someone leaves, you think like, oh, who is going to take over that job? Like, they were so good at that. And then someone does. And in like 3 months, you're like, oh, like that person's pretty good at it too. Or like, maybe they're even better. Like, you just think because you spend so much time with somebody that they are the person for the job and that nobody else could ever do what they do. And chances are somebody else can do what they do. So to combat that, I think in terms of like, in what ways can I make myself indispensable? In what ways can I make myself irreplaceable at this job? And one of the best ways to do that is to be known as somebody who is willing to help, who is willing to step up, who is going to take on a task or a challenge and be there to help out your boss or your coworkers, even if you don't get recognition for it, like initially. I think one of the best things to become indispensable is to be present, to be excited, to try and be happy and be somebody that people look to as like, that person has a really good attitude. That person is always showing up like wanting to solve things, to fix things, to improve things, to try new things. Like, that person actually cares about their work, because honestly, a lot of people don't. Like, it's funny to think that, but like a lot of people are just there kind of like phoning it in or just doing what they're supposed to do. And I think the way to combat that is to show up well and let it be known that you're there to work and that you're there to try and you're there to actually, try and improve things or try new things. Like, so I think that's like the first bucket of things I would say is like, just try your best to let it be known that you are excited to work, you're excited to try. And like, I know it's a job. Like I know I'm not like trying to get you to drink the corporate lemonade or like drink the fucking fruit punch, whatever it is. Like, in a way, at every beginning of every job, like, I think you should do that, honestly. Like, I think that is the best way to be known as somebody who is a good worker. When you show up, because a lot of the time, like, everybody else has been there for a while. So as the fresh face, like, there's kind of this expectation that you are going to like bring the energy a little bit, that you're going to like raise the people's attitudes a little bit. That's at least how I think about it. Like, when there's somebody new, like, I'm like, oh, like a new fresh energy, like, what are they going to bring into it? And I think a lot of the times, like, that person can also like reinvigorate the spirit of the old heads, like the people who have been there for a while, the people that are kind of just like phoning it in or doing the same thing again and again. Like, I think if you come in with this new energy and this new excitement, like, you're like, people look at you as to like, oh, that person like changed this place. Like, that person really kind of affected the environment. Like, that is a way to become irreplaceable, to become indispensable as somebody who is helping the workplace be a better place to work. Like, some people call that personality hires. I call that indispensable. Like, I think the way you show up matters so much. I think talking to people, saying hi, putting on a smile even when you don't feel it, taking out your AirPods when you're walking into work or when you're walking into common spaces or common places, in the kitchen, in the lounge areas, just even walking in the first place. When you take out your AirPods, when you walk in, you look like somebody that people can go up to and say hi. You look like somebody that people want to talk to, that you're available to chat and say hi. I think that is incredibly important. And I think those are really great ways to show up at your first job. And these are things that actually matter when you start your first job.